Heyo, so I wanted to talk a little bit about a dream I had last night and maybe why it sort of points at the idea of the ghost in the machine, or even maybe the fact that some dreams have a little bit of some supernatural tendencies with them. So, in my dream, I was riding with some friends and we were looking for a car. Now, it was a car for me, right? So, obviously that's why I'm riding with them. I can't drive around. And we stumble across a car that's orange. It's kind of like it's not a bright orange, but it's kind of like a dull orange. And it's a little beaten up, but it looks like a 1968 Camaro, but it's like a hybrid between a Corvette. So, it's a little bit thinner in the back, and, it doesn't have, like, I'm not sure actually. Do the Camaros have four seats? Yeah, so the Camaros have four seats, but the Corvettes had two, I suppose. So, yeah, in my dream, this car only had two seats, but it was like a Camaro. But yet, like I said, the back was a Corvette, and I thought it was a beautiful car. It had two black stripes that were like the thick stripes. They weren't like pinstripes or anything, but the block stripes that go from the hood to the roof to the back to the trunk. And I said stop, so we stopped, and we went to look at this car, and obviously, it was a little torn up because it was just old looking. Like I said, the paint was, obviously originally supposed to be a brighter orange, but it just became faded. The black wasn't perfectly black. It was also faded. But I love the car. I love the car. I thought it was great. And on the side of it, it said Kylon. It said Kylon, and that's very important. And yeah, it wasn't in like big letters, but it was like right behind the front tire, like right around where oh my god, what the hell you want to call that? Sometimes they have like heat fins or whatever right there. I guess it was like right there, like right around the wheel well. And yeah, I thought it was a beautiful car, and I was like, "Do you mind if I test drive it?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And he's like, "There's a field up behind the house here." And I took it up there, and here's the crazy part: I was doing donuts with it, right? And that's fucking fascinating, because when I woke up, the first thing I did was, what does Kylon mean, right? And I want to look it up again here real quick, because it's so crazy. Like, here, so Kylon is Greek, and I guess it has something to do with either a guy or a city. Oh, it was an attempted seizure of power in the city, which, it's funny how, like, I have been dealing with lately the inability to have power in my life, right? Like, I just don't. I feel like I'm at the whim of everybody else, and sometimes I'm okay with that, but like other times I'm just like, fuck, man, like I have no power to do anything. I have no power to change things. People don't listen and other stuff. And I thought this was really crazy too. I'm reading right off name discoveries here. The name Kylon is of Greek origin, and its meaning is often interpreted as noble or renowned. It is derived from Greek word kylon, which means someone who is esteemed or famous. The name carries connotations of honor, distinction, and noble reputation. And I had no fucking clue what this word was. Before the dream, I had no clue. So it's crazy that, how could I have known this? And it gets crazier, though, because I can't find it in here on Google, but I saw it earlier. Kylon also means circles or a ring. So isn't that fucking crazy that the first thing I did up in the field was donuts with the car? That was the first thing I did. It's just, I mean, like, what are the fucking odds of that? What are the odds of that? The odds of it being a car that's named Kylon and I'm doing donuts in it, right? I mean, that's literally supernatural. That has to be supernatural, or that has to be of some sort of sign, because like, what are the odds of that? What are the fucking odds of that? Never heard this name in my life. Never heard it. Yeah, I just thought that was fascinating. And this should translate to you as well. That, when you have dreams, your dreams might not always be of your own mind's creation. It really is kind of odd that, like, sometimes something from beyond ourselves, because it has to be. I mean, once again, how the fuck could I have had that? How could I have came up with that and me do circles, the first thing, or a ring, and I read all the stuff about like, power, like a power grab. I don't know. It's just crazy. So like I said, or like I was about to say, your dreams might not always be of your own mind. They might not be. They might be something telling you something, because that's, a lot of times in the Old Testament, people's dreams were not just their dreams. They had meanings. They were telling something deeper, and they were of a higher power, right? Like God himself. I mean, sure, a lot of the prophecies are over, if not all of the prophecies are done. Jesus Christ has fulfilled his thing on the cross, but it's fascinating that these things are, like I said, the ghost in the machine. Like, you are not yourself. Your body is not you, right? It's like whatever's going on in here, and even, if you want to call it Wi-Fi of the mind, yeah, that's got to be what's happening. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that